Hello and welcome to English with Ustino. These are stories and discussions designed for you to learn English vocabulary, expressions, culture, and maybe even some grammar along the way. These are designed for those already speaking English at an intermediate or advanced level. The idea here is to listen, read, and learn from a native English speaker in a natural way, the way you first learned your native language, by hearing it. Okay, forward we go. Jungle Book, Chapter 1, Lesson 1. It was 7 o'clock on a very warm evening in the Seoni Hills when Father Wolf woke up from his day's rest, scratched himself, yawned, and spread out his paws one after the other to get rid of the sleeping feeling. Mother Wolf lay with her big gray nose dropped across her 4 tumbling, squealing cubs, and the moon shone into the mouth of the cave where they all lived. "Ugh," said Father Wolf. "It's time to hunt again." He was going to spring down the hill when a little shadow with a bushy tail crossed the opening and whined, "Good luck to you, O Chief of the Wolves." What time was it on the very warm evening in the Seoni Hills? It was 7 o'clock. Who was waking up? Father Wolf was waking up. What was Father Wolf going to do? Father Wolf was going hunting. It was the jackal, Tabaki, the bottom feeder, and the wolves of India hate Tabaki because he runs around making mischief and telling tales and eating rags and pieces of leather from the village garbage piles. They are afraid of him too, because Tabaki, more than anyone else in the jungle, may go mad, and then he will forget he was ever afraid of anyone and runs through the forest, biting everything in his way. Even the tiger runs and hides when little Tabaki goes mad, for madness is the most disgraceful thing that can overtake a wild creature. We call it rabies, or rabid. It is madness, and they all run. Who is Tabaki? He is the jackal who makes mischief in the jungle. Is everyone afraid of Tabaki? Yes, they're all afraid of Tabaki. Why are they afraid of Tabaki? Because he can go mad, and when he does, he bites everything and forgets he is afraid of anyone. Is the tiger even afraid of Tabaki when he is mad? Yes, even the tiger is afraid of Tabaki when he goes mad. "Enter then, and look," said Father Wolf stiffly. "But there is no food here." "For a wolf, no," said Tabaki. "But for one like myself, a dry bone is a good feast. Who are we to pick and choose?" He sniffed to the back of the cave, where he found a bone with some meat on it, and sat cracking the end merrily. Did the jackal, Tabaki, want into the wolf cave to look for food? Yes, Tabaki wanted to look for something to eat in the wolf cave. Did Father Wolf let him in? Yes, Tabaki came in and found a bone in the back of the cave and ate it happily. "Thanks for this good meal," he said, licking his lips. "How beautiful are the noble pups! How large are their eyes, and so young, too!" Now, Tabaki knew as well as anyone else, there is nothing so unlucky as to compliment pups to their faces. It pleased him to see Mother and Father Wolf look uncomfortable. Did the jackal thank Father Wolf for the good meal? Yes, he thanked Father Wolf for the bone. Did the jackal then compliment the wolf pups? Yes, the jackal complimented the wolf pups, and made Mother and Father Wolf uncomfortable. Tabaki sat still, rejoicing in the mischief that he had just made, and then he said spitefully, "Shere Khan, the big one, has shifted his hunting grounds. He will hunt among these hills for the next moon. He has told me." Shere Khan was the tiger who lived near the river, 20 miles away. Was the jackal, Tabaki, pleased he had made the wolf parents uncomfortable? Yes, he was rejoicing in this mischief that he had just made. Did Tabaki then proceed with some bad news? Yes. Tabaki then told the wolves that the tiger Shere Khan was moving his hunting grounds to the same place where the wolves hunt. "He has no right," Father Wolf began angrily. "By the law of the jungle, He has no right to change his home range without due warning. He will frighten every head of game within 10 miles, and I have to kill for 2 these days." Was Father Wolf upset that the tiger Shere Khan was planning to hunt nearby? Yes, Father Wolf was mad and said the tiger had no right to move his hunting grounds. "His mother did not call him Lame One for nothing," said Mother Wolf quietly. "He has been lame in one foot since birth. That is why he has only killed cattle. Now, the villagers of the river are angry with him, and he has come here to make our villagers angry. They will scour the jungle for him when he is far away, and we and our children must run when the grass is set afire. Indeed, we are very grateful to Shere Khan." Why did they call the tiger Shere Khan the Lame One? They call him the Lame One because he has had a lame foot his entire life, making hunting game difficult. Did Mother Wolf worry she and her children or pups would have to run from the threats due to the tiger nearby? Yes, she was worried for her family. "Shall I tell him of your gratitude?" said Tabaki. "Out," snapped Father Wolf. "Out and hunt with your master. You have done enough harm for one night." Was Father Wolf angry with the jackal? Yes, the jackal brought them bad news about the tiger, and he was angry at the jackal for causing mischief right before he was going hunting. "I will go," said Tabaki quietly. "You can already hear Shere Khan below in the thickets. I might have saved myself the message." Father Wolf listened, and below in the valley that ran down to the river, he heard the dry, angry, snarling whine of a tiger who has caught nothing and does not care if all of the jungle knows it. Was Shere Khan, the tiger, already below the wolf den in the jungle? Yes, they could hear the tiger whining because he had failed at hunting. "The fool," said Father Wolf, "to begin a night's work with that noise? Does he think that the deer here are like the fat river game?" "Hush, it's not the game he hunts tonight," said Mother Wolf. "It is man." The whine had changed to a sort of humming purr that seemed to come from every direction. It was the noise that puzzles woodcutters and gypsies sleeping out in the open, and makes them run into the mouth of the tiger. "Man," said Father Wolf, showing his white teeth. "Faugh! Are there not enough beetles and frogs in the tanks that he must eat man, and on our ground too?" The law of the jungle, which never orders anything without a reason, forbids every beast to eat man, except when he is killing to show his children how to kill, and then he must hunt outside the hunting grounds of his pack or tribe. The real reason for this is that man-killing means, sooner or later, the arrival of men on elephants with guns, and hundreds with rockets and torches. Then all in the jungle suffer. The reason beasts say among themselves is that man is the weakest and most defenseless of all living things, and it is unsportsmanlike to touch him. They say too, and it is true, that man-eaters become mangy and lose their teeth. Was it the law of the jungle forbidding beasts to eat man? Yes, there was a law of the jungle forbidding beasts to kill man unless they were outside of their own hunting grounds. The purr grew louder and ended in a full-throated "ah" of the tiger's charge. Then there was a howl from Shere Khan. "He missed," said Mother Wolf. "What is it?" Father Wolf ran out a few paces and heard Shere Khan muttering and mumbling savagely as he tumbled about in the scrub. "The fool has no sense than to jump in the woodcutter's campfire and has burned his feet," said Father Wolf with a grunt. "Tabaki is with him." Did Shere Khan, the tiger, fail at hunting below the wolf den? Yes. Father Wolf heard the tiger fail and burn his feet in the campfire. "Something is coming uphill," said Mother Wolf, twitching one ear. "Get ready." The bushes rustled, and Father Wolf dropped, ready to leap. He leapt and tried to stop himself at the same time. The result was that he shot up straight in the air, landing almost where he left the ground. "Man!" he snapped. "A man's cub! Look!" Directly in front of him, holding on by a low branch, stood a naked child who could just walk, as soft and simple as had ever entered a wolf cave. at night. The baby man cub looked up into Father Wolf's face and laughed. Summary: the wolf family lived in a den above the jungle valley. Father Wolf was going hunting when he learned from the jackal that the tiger Shere Khan had moved his hunting ground to the same place and that he was hunting man. Shere Khan was making noise below the cave with the jackal in a failed hunting attempt when the wolf family heard something approach the cave. They were all surprised to see a man cub, or baby, that could barely walk. He came closer and laughed at Father Wolf.